And one.
Ride it. We in this.
I love it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Beauty and the Beast podcast with your host and co-host. I'm Kendra Lest and Julian Marquez.
Hey.
Hey.
Gotta love it.
How have you been? How has your week been? What is new and exciting? I know we kind of skipped over a week, but all good stuff.
Oh, it's been a long time, right? You know, we took that week off. I was having a lot of complications, not complications. I shouldn't use that word. Complication always sounds so serious, but I was just, we're fights coming up here shortly. We're just tired. We're depleted. I needed to get more rest. And we do this stuff early in the morning. And I needed to just focus on my fight. So I had to take that week off. I'm sorry to the fans that are listening on Spotify, iTunes, or the fans that are watching on YouTube, but I needed to take a week off for myself, and I appreciate you giving me that rest so I can focus on this fight. How about you? How have you been? How was your past 2 weeks?
My past 2 weeks. Well, you guys all remember my previous Saturday, which was incredible and fun and kinky and all that good stuff. Well, I had a down week as well. Fighting a little something, but I might have got a touch of the COVID. So I know I'm not really going to talk about that, but yeah, let's be real. I think we're all going to get it. So I was down. However, I'm feeling much better. It's probably been, I think I'm day 8. So yeah, I was feeling pretty down, getting a lot of sleep, but, prior to this, I went to some graduation parties. So this was all before COVID. I would not have gone if I'd known that I was positive. So
you're positive.
I'm positively, I shouldn't talk about it, but I am. So whatever. Okay, I'm human. I don't know what I did, but in all honesty, I think it was those graduation parties. There were so many people there. And I don't know if something happened there, but it was a few days later, I started not feeling well. So
is it not, it's not affecting you at all though, right? It doesn't affect you.
I was down. I slept for a few days. I can't taste or smell anything. I guess that's good because Professor X has really been letting stuff rip. And then I can't get mad at him now. So he's you can't smell anything anyway. But, he's been, he's free now, I feel cause I get so mad sometimes. I'm you son of a bitch. I'm going to move into another room. Stop it. But, he's been free. It's bad. He could probably Dutch oven me and wouldn't even, it really would not faze me. I cannot smell anything.
So it's just body fatigue. The taste buds are gone. The smell is gone. If you were going down on a filthy girl, you wouldn't even know.
He said the same thing. He's you could use that to your advantage. I'm I would not, I don't know. Would I taste a little tinge of something? I don't know. I don't think I would. I literally cannot taste anything. I put my nose in a bottle of bleach. Nothing. I could not smell anything.
I wouldn't recommend doing that regardless.
I did just for a second, just to see.
Yeah, that's that sounds like the kids that are sniffing glue in school. You're sniffing bleach. I don't, regardless if you have no taste but or sense of smell, I think the fumes will definitely not good.
Yeah, probably not. It was just for a second though. So
don't lie to us. We know you're probably sitting there just
that video Professor X sent you with the guy and the
my God.
Stop. So prior to getting sick, because I don't want to focus on the negative, I had a couple graduation parties, and let's just say that the guys and girls, it's a different generation right now. They are much more forward, and I don't know. There was a lot going on. Let's just say the first few hours are always calm, and grandparents and family is there, and then as the night goes on, the drinks start flowing, and the girls start getting wild.
When the family's around, everybody has that face mask over where it's this is how I am. But when they're gone, they pull that mask off and they turn into this different Halloween creature. That's what it is. And they just get filthy.
it absolutely worked out in my favor. I decided to stay a little bit later, or we did, because we're having fun, and obviously there's not much going on right now, so mingling, and anyway, it's just kind of awkward because this party that I went to was actually friends' or sons. So we went to the daughter's graduation a couple years prior. So we're here. So it's like the people that we're there with are like family. However, the son that we were there for, had friends, guys and girls, and a few had recognized who I was, but their parents, said, she is Michelle while she's here. So none of your friends, do not approach her. So the guys were you could see some of the guys, they were on their phone, and they were really respectful. It was really good though. So I felt like, comfortable or whatever.
So this is graduation. This is college graduation, right?
No, this is high school.
Oh, this is high school.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got the youngins.
Okay. Well, they're all 18.
Well, they're 18, but like, you literally were like that person when they were like 10 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they first discovered it, they're like, they probably seen a couple videos.
Yeah. So it wasn't so much the guy the boy who was graduating and his friends. It was the older sister's girlfriends. No joke. It was just really weird. So there's like this little area where you can walk in and you get your food. And I mean, they had a great spread. It was beautiful. They had an ice cream machine. It was awesome. It was just like a really good layout. And I noticed that the sister and her friends, they're having some cocktails, they're drinking, and apparently somebody stole a fifth of something. So I'm thinking it was the girls. The girls were complete like deviants, like not when I went to school. It was just so different. So these girls are probably 20, 21. And I had a couple, we're kind of getting flirty, some of the girls, which was fine, but I think that's normal. I think all girls tend to get a little loose when they drink. So it was good. But before I left, a girl had slipped me her number, which I've never had that happen before. Usually it's a girl or a guy. So I was kind of taken back. I was like, okay. So she sends me this, or has her note, and her name, well, I can't really say her name, but she wrote this little message, basically a hookup message with a little like fire sign she drew. Really sexy, really cute. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is something that the girls are doing these days, but I'll just say it was a pleasant surprise. And I think she's like 20 or 21. So
was she using blue or black ink?
Black ink. Why? What does that mean?
College students use blue ink.
Okay. Oh God, maybe she didn't go to school.
Maybe she did. I'm just trying to sit here and figure out the age of this girl.
Yeah.
But I love the riskiness that she has. She's going in and she's writing notes. You know what I mean? Like that's so nice.
She literally slipped it to me. Like I was like, oh, it was nice meeting everyone, whatever. Because I didn't want to stay too long, but I definitely was feeling buzzy. She was feeling buzzy, very flirty, very cute, blonde, tan, which I don't really care if they're tan or not.
I think actually you had this girl on your story, didn't you?
There's a few blonde tan girls on my story, but no, she wasn't on my story. So blonde, tan, just real cute, real flirty, but I wouldn't have expected, like, you know what I mean? She looks kind of like the girl next door, but when she slipped it to me, I was like, Jesus Christ, like I can't tell who's who, like they're undercover, which is not a bad thing, right? But it was a pleasant surprise. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I do kind of feel weird, like I said, because it's a family friend's daughter's friend, if that makes sense. So, but we'll see, whatever, Yeah, I mean, it was hot. It was sexy. I dig it.
I like that. I like the risk taking. It wasn't like she was very like blunt approach, aggressive. She gave you a nice little note, a little gift for you to look at. And then you leave and you have this urge, you're like, wow, this person you know, in front of everyone, this person went for it. And yeah.
Well, sort of, kind of. She slipped it to me like when we were like kind of hugging, leaving, and she's like, "Oh, you know, whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I looked, yeah." And it's like, I don't know. I haven't had like a note slipped to me in a long time.
So did you message her back, or are we?
Yeah, we've been kind of texting here and there, so it's good. So we'll see. But
what stage of texting are we at? Are we at like the still trying to figure out where this is at, or are we sending photos?
Yeah. Oh no, we're definitely in the photo stage.
That's what
that escalated pretty quickly in a couple of weeks, but that's okay. I like it. So we'll see when I'm feeling better now that, you know, she knows COVID really squashed that. But so we'll see. So that was all of my exciting news. But let me tell you, that was like the highlight because I had a shit week. So
I'm with it. I think it's a good change of pace as well. You know, like we've been talking about all these guys that have been sliding in your DMs and they've just been sending like the most gruesome, glorious stuff, which we'll get to towards the end of this podcast. But now we got a girl, we got a fresh college student that's sitting there going for gold and bringing back like the old school. Nothing beats grabbing a pen, writing a note, and passing it over.
Yeah.
You know, like, could you imagine the thrill that she had?
I like it. Gave me a little tingle.
Yeah. Oh, gave you a little tingle right there down in the
little tingle. When I talk about it, it goes like a little tingle. I don't know if that's just me, but I love it.
It's excitement. That's what that is. Yeah. You know, it's like I don't know the last time I've ever gotten a note, you know, like
Damn it. Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, like most people were just like, as a guy, you always are sliding through with, you know, exchanging phone numbers, talking. You never see a girl like sit there and secretly try to hide everything. Like that's like Mission Impossible style at a family gathering.
I love it. I don't care what it was. I like it. And I want some more of it. So yeah, so that was good for me. Speaking of, I guess, the ladies, I have had some interesting questions come through, emails, direct messages, and what have you. So I want to kind of move on to all things sex and relationships. And we're going to be doing this every week where we're just going to be talking about whether it's questions you get in your email or direct messages, or just, you know, I get a lot of, I think it's like a lot of the college age, you know, boys and girls, men and women who send me questions, you know. So I want to kind of touch upon it because obviously if they have questions, I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that have the same questions. So first question that we have was the topic of threesomes. And I feel like this is such a, it's not really taboo. I think it happens more often than people actually talk about. However, I always say people assume that that's all that I do all the time, right? Like it's a big orgy fest in my house if they really knew what was really happening. But when it comes to threesomes, are there rules? So, you know, girl and a guy are dating for a while, and, you know, he wants a threesome, right? Well, the threesome is usually he's definitely wanting another girl. What are the rules? Who establishes the rules? What, who initiates? Where do you guys start? So, as far as that goes, I'm going to tell you guys, if you want a threesome with another girl, just remember she has the P or the pussy. So she's going to make all the rules, period. If you ever want a threesome, you are just going to nod your head and say yes. So that sounds terrible because I think a guy should have some sort of say. But really, if you want to increase your chances, you are going to listen to the lady. She's going to make all of the communication. She is going to initiate. You will not exchange numbers. I'm giving you my rules. You know, with the other girl. You know, because ultimately the two girls have to be comfortable. First of all, your girlfriend or your wife, she has to be comfortable with a third party. And then you guys, you definitely have to talk about scenarios. What if she does this? Is this okay? Is that okay? Because the last thing you want is to go in and get ready to, you know, to actually have sex. And then you get blue balled because you're pulled out of a situation because you're pissing your girlfriend off. So girls makes all the rules.
Isn't
What do
it
you
the
think?
same thing in like porn? You also have rules, like type of rules, like before you go into the scene, you
Yes.
tell the other person like, hey, I like this, I like that, I don't like this, stay away from that, please don't
Absolutely.
do this. You know, you give them guidelines, right?
Absolutely.
And I
And
think that should be for every, like, even regardless, even if you're doing it on film, I think it's the same exact concept. You know, outside, it's like you should be more vocal when it comes to situations like that. So then that helps build trust and that helps, you know, guide the other person to the successful ending.
absolutely. And I think too, I mean, if you're in a committed relationship or a long-term relationship, it is important that obviously you have to trust each other to even want to kind of go into this, because if you're doing it just to please your partner, it's not going to work. It's going to backfire. So I think you guys have to be really comfortable with where you're at. And I mean, I don't want to say rules for this, rules for that, but you have to have an idea of like what's okay, what you're comfortable with, or what you're not. Otherwise, you're going to kind of set yourself up for failure. Um,
Yeah, no, I mean, as a male, we always want a threesome. Like, why not? Like, we're dudes. We
yeah.
like it. With the more, the merrier.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just too much for us to handle, too. Let's be honest. Some guys have always wanted it, but you know, that's multiple. That's multiple holes that you can't go after, and you probably can't even pleasure one. Let's be real. So it's one of those
Right.
like my go-to thought. Like when you say threesomes, I'm thinking girl, girl. It's never guy,
Yeah.
girl. It's never another
Yeah.
guy and a girl.
See,
Why?
but is it okay? Your girl comes to you and says, I want a threesome. And he's like, oh, yeah. Like, you're feeling it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get two chicks. Like, this is so hot. I can't wait. You're imagining all the stuff that you're going to do, all the positions. I mean, you are ready to hit up, I don't know, Sex Toys R Us, whatever, right? You're ready. You're planning the night. And then she drops the bomb that she wants another guy. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, see, the thing is, it's all dependent. Like if it's my girlfriend, it's a significant other. Yeah, I don't see it to be like, oh man, I want to have another threesome with another guy. Like, I don't want to add another guy. It's just not. I think like girl on girl is more pleasurable than guy on girl. To be honest, like most girls like other girls, and when you bring two guys in there, two dominant things, like it's really not like I don't really know a position in there that's going to be more pleasurable or to even watch or to see your girlfriend in to where like now if it's not your girlfriend and it's somebody like you have no relationship ties to and everything, then yeah, why not? Like I don't see a problem with it. Just don't make eye contact with the dude and that's okay. But like, just sitting there and like you're trying to DP your significant other, like I don't know if that works out with me, but I'm not like everyone else. And I don't like if you do it, like cool, do that. But just me personally, I don't see myself wanting to go into that situation with another guy. If she brought up another girl and I was like, yeah, cool. But if she's like, well, if I can't have a guy, then you can't have a girl, then I'm like, cool, then I'm fine with you. I don't have to go
Okay.
with that other. I don't have
Got it.
to. But it's just, I mean, that's too much. That's too much going on right there. There's too much for the little amount of holes, you know?
Do you think that most guys feel the same way? I do.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
okay. So if it's just like some random hookup, hot chick, you'd be down.
Yeah, Eiffel
Totally.
Tower, I'm high-fiving hands. We're going at it. We're having fun. We're trading off. You go first
Yeah.
round, I'll go second. We can trade, we can
Right.
tag team off the ropes. We can jump it. I'm cool with it.
Right.
You
You
know, I've
could
been in
DDT
situations like that. I'm
that baby.
okay. But yeah, like give her the people's elbow both sides, you know? But it's just, like have you and Professor Xavier been in that situation?
Oh yeah. Oh, many times. You know. Oh, you mean with the third?
Yeah.
Okay, with the guy. It's I almost feel like, with what I do that I get more than enough of the D. So it's like, been there, done that. And as you know, like I like girls. I have for a very long time. It's just how I was made. I always tell him, I'm like, if I wasn't with you, I'd be dating chicks, man. And then just like an occasional D on demand, whatever once a week. Well, maybe more. Yeah, more. But the girl would be more like the live-in or real close by. So for me, but he's completely open to it. He totally is like, okay, if we're going to do this, then I'm open to that. Granted, which one would he want more would be, of course, the girls.
Oh yeah.
But it is a lot of pressure.
You haven't really came across somebody that sparked the interest. Like, I think deep down inside, that it is what it is. Like, that he probably isn't interested in it. It's not saying he will turn it down. He's just like that. And then you're not really interested in it as well. And it doesn't bother him. And if you brought it up to him, I bet you, if you guys were in the same room, I bet you Professor Xavier would be sitting on the side, patiently waiting, letting him do his thing. Like,
no. He won't sit back like a bitch. Like, he's going in.
I mean, we talked about it the other week with Jacksonville, and you were telling me he was sitting there patiently waiting until it's his turn. And even in that situation, Jacksonville didn't want him on her. So it was just you and him and you and her. So
yeah, but she wants him at a later date. That's which is good.
That's
so
good.
We're saving that.
Yeah, and it's building up. And again, that's trust as well too. And that's a lot of things too, man.
Sure.
Like, like again, with two guys, that's too much going on for one person. One girl to handle. And plus, if you don't have any experience in it, like, it's probably going to be even more awkward and weird, and it's just uncomfortable. Whereas if you have, a girl, like, you could step back and let the two girls do their thing, and then you could jump in and go from there. But it just doesn't interest it. What's our next question on the relationship side?
Okay. Before we move on to the next one, I guess I want to leave off with guys, because I want to give some advice, to this gentleman and a couple of the girls who had sent me messages. I guess if you want your girl to be receptive to the threesome with another girl, you have to be prepared for the question that if she wants to bring in another guy. And if you're open-minded like that, even if deep down you're really not, you're kind of like uncomfortable or ambivalent about it, you're just like, I don't know, your chances of getting the two girls increases. I mean, huge if you're open to that, because then she doesn't feel like, okay, well, it's not all about you. You're actually considering, something that I want to. So be open-minded and communicate, and let her kind of lead the way. And your chances of getting that threesome of your dreams will definitely be much more attainable, guys. So, okay.
And you don't have to agree to every single person that there is.
Oh God, no. Do not take one for the team. I've done that before, and it was my own free will. He didn't ask me to, but I was like, okay, this chick, she's got a nice butt, he's into butts. Like, I'm just gonna sit back, so pissed after, not at him, but just at the fact, like, I really wasn't enjoying myself, and I'm like, this dude, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole if his chick wasn't hot. You know what I mean? But I am enjoying watching. So don't do it. You regret it. You're just sick with yourself after. Things you do for the people you love, even when they don't ask. Okay. What about, I guess, well, this is another threesome question. It's about, like, if the girl isn't into your guy, like a girl and a guy want to have a threesome, but the girl's not into the guy, does the girl still go ahead and do a girl? And is the guy pissed off, or is he okay with it? I think some guys get mad. It's like, oh, if I'm not included, then, you can't do it. It's not really cheating if it's with a girl. What do you think about that?
If you guys are in the situation, let's use the situation with Jacksonville. All right. So you got to understand, they have to be comfortable, and it's very difficult for, a new person or someone that hasn't done that before, to really accept an extra party. And say you guys are getting ready and it's just like, you could tell it's not there, and it's part of the guy's deal. Don't take it as a bash. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just you focus on your girl and then your girl
Yeah.
focuses on the other person and you stay there. Or you know what? You respect it. You step away. You let them do their thing.
Mhm.
And the next thing that happens is that they'll be like, okay, I trust this guy a little bit more. I
Yeah.
want to come in there. And then
Yeah.
there's the next thing that happens. But this is it. This is the situation at hand is when you risk that
Mhm.
third party in there, you have to be open to every possible outcome to
Yeah.
where if it happens, it's like, hey, I don't want you. I want your girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And if it has to be in the heat, if it's prior to it, then it's like, then you don't have to, you'd be like, well, if you don't want her, then it's like, okay, like, hey, your girl, you can be like, hey, she just wants you. And then your girl could be like, well, I don't really want her unless you're part of it type of
Yeah.
deal. Or
Yeah.
she could be like, do you mind if I go there? Again, you have to be open to it because if you want it to keep continuing with another one, then it has to go through there. But again, it's all open-minded at the same time. You have to be open.
I agree. I agree. I think it's just a younger mindset that gets a little bit, and maybe not, I guess it maybe just depends on the guy, so, yeah. So I guess that's like, those are the questions on, threesomes. Do we want to do another question or
Yeah,
should we move on? One
let's
more.
hit one more question outside of the threesome topic.
All right. So I got this question from a girl. She actually emailed me this. And her question was, I was with my boyfriend for quite a while. So they were really each other's first long-term relationship. They broke up. He did his thing, and they were broke up for about a year and a half. She did her thing. They end up getting back together. And during that time, she comes back with way more experience than he does. So she's definitely improved in the bedroom. How does that make her guy feel? Like, is he pissed off? I guess her thing was he was kind of bothered by it. And she doesn't really know how to respond to kind of like talk about it with him. It's like something he can't get over. Like, but they were apart. That's the thing. So how do you think guys would feel about it?
Well,
And
if
what
we're
you
giving
should do?
advice, and this is just straight up me, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
I love it.
You broke up. Who gives a shit? You just went back. You literally broke a piece of glass and then tried to glue it back together a year later and thinks that everything's supposed to go back to like, who cares? Fuck that guy. You're going to move on. Cause it already sounds like if he's bothered by the situation of you being broken up for almost 2 years, for you exploring, experiencing, going with different guys, as he's with different girls, the problem is his game wasn't as good as yours. That's why he's trying to pull you back. And then he's going to sit there and get mad because you're a little bit better than him. Fuck that guy. The thing is the guy shouldn't feel any type of way because you were broken up. You don't owe him anything. You don't owe him $1. You don't owe him explanation. You don't owe him anything. You guys were broken up. And now you're trying to go back to something that you thought that is a terrible idea. And now you're in a situation where you're going to have this gap in your relationship. You're going to have this hole where you're always going to wonder. And he's going to have the same thing. If he's going out, she goes out with somebody, he's going to wonder, well, why did you stay out with your friends? Did you fuck another guy? Yeah, did you get some more experience? Like,
I like the voice you just used because we all do that when we're impersonating somebody. Like, or the face.
That's it, and that's the thing is that, look, I have no ties to nobody. And if we were in a relationship and you broke up with me and you left and you did your thing, I did mine, and say we got back together, which is already toxic. We got back together and you slept with 10 dudes and I slept with 2 girls. You know what? You had every right. If you slept with 100 dudes and I slept with 2, you had every right because I don't have power over you. I don't. But at the end, I don't want that.
I like that. And I agree. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think sometimes when couples or people are together and they break up and they experiment, they sow their oats, and then they kind of get back together, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think sometimes people get together young and, you know, that's all that their first relationship, and, you know, they want to experiment and kind of see, and, you know, if it's meant to be, I think people get back together. However, I agree with you 100%. You cannot be upset with him or her, you know, because you guys were broke up. So really, I mean, you have no grounds to be upset. I mean, if you guys want to talk about, you know, who you were with, or if you're comfortable, but you don't have to explain anything, I think, to your partner when you get back together. You were broken up. You weren't together. You know, you sowed your oats, you got some experience. And I feel like the guy should be happy, because maybe
it's an insecurity. That's what that is. That's all it is insecurity. Because look, that situation happened to me. I think it was 17, 18 years old. And there was a girl that I wasn't dating, but like for like a year, like we had a connection that I'm telling you, you know, when they say like when the sex is good, that relationship is probably super toxic.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. And that's
like
what it
she's
was.
crazy or something.
Yeah, she's super crazy. But dude, I'm telling you, she was literally 5'2". She was 110 pounds, and she was flexible, and it was awesome. But she was psychotic. But I did not care. And there was a time where, like, you know, I'm doing my own thing, focusing on my own stuff, and it got to the point where like I had to stop, and it was about 6 months. And then, you know, when we started hooking back up again, and then, you know, she was talking about the other guys that she's been with, and some of them were like old friends of mine. So I was just like, that made me a little irritable.
No.
It made me irritable. But then I sat back and looked, and I was like, well, I know what this is. This is just, we're just connecting. Why am I getting mad at her? And it legit for like 24 hours, I was kind of bugged by it. I was like, what? And then I realized, I stepped back and was like, I'm only here for the hookup. I have no control over her. If she wanted to, you know, eat pie and I wanted to eat cake, I can't get mad at her, you know? And so it's like, it's an insecurity that you have. And with that relationship, to me, that relationship won't happen. If it's your first love and you experience stuff out, and then he's sitting there doing, you've grown up, you've grown out of that relationship, and you're just trying to put something together which you thought would be back to normal, but it's not. Like, I don't like when people have relationships young and then they break up and they go do their thing and they try to get back together. It's not 90% of the chance it's not a good outcome, you know? And I think everyone should experience, like, college is all about experiencing. And then at the end of your college career, a lot of people get married, things like that. And it's all about experience, because you don't want to sit there and date someone in high school and then get married to them. And then you're 28 years old and you just always wonder in your head, like, I wonder what this is. I wonder that, you know, you didn't enjoy your free time. You didn't have any, you were just bound down. I just don't, I see a lot of relationships, especially now with the kids nowadays, that they lose interest in each other after a few years of marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because of that. They don't sit there and enjoy. They don't sit there and try new things. And they sit there and hold grudges over each other. Either way. Rant.
Yeah. I feel like, yes, no, I agree. So, yeah, the advice to the girl, or the beautiful girl in my email question, that's his problem, not yours. And if he can't get over that, then, you know, it's his loss. I mean, really, truly, he needs to grow up a little immature and insecure. All right, so that's our sex and relationships. So we had some awesome fight night last night, but before we talk about those, we'll get there. The Valerie loureda fight with Bellator. I just want to touch upon that fight. It was between her and Tara Graff, and they had a ton with each other. It was more so that Tara was really salty with Valerie. She had made some comments. They had kind of gone back and forth about Valerie being a disgrace to the sport. And I believe Tara was just extremely jealous of Valerie. Valerie is young. However, she started mixed martial arts when she was around 2 years old. So to say that this girl is just pretty and wants to be an Instagram model and can't back up the hype or whatever is not true. So long story short, Valerie kept her mouth shut pretty much through the entire training camp up until the actual fight. And she took out all her aggression and it was a TKO. And I believe it was the second round. And it was just awesome. I love it. And she was so emotional about it because, this Tara was insulting her based on her looks out of pure jealousy. And I don't like it. There's other girls that dance in the ring. What's her name? Shevchenko. Am I saying it right?
Shevchenko. Yeah.
She's fun. She's wild, but nobody gives her crap. And I don't like it. I don't like the double standard because I'm not saying that she's not pretty, but Valerie is she's young, she's vibrant, she's curvy, she's on Instagram, dancing and being sexy, and you should be able to do that. So I'm sorry, Tara Graff, there's your karma.
Yeah, it's one of those things like Valerie. Valerie had some time away because of, I don't know if it was an injury, but she had time away. She's been out, and then during that time, fighters don't make money, so they lean towards Instagram, and it's this thing with Paige Van Zandt. Paige Van Zandt made more money off of her, Instagram than she did in her UFC fight. She made 48 and 48 in her last UFC fight and just signed a bare knuckle boxing fight for $1 million, 4 fights for over $1 million plus incentives. Bare knuckle boxing, she was making 48 and 48 in the UFC. She was making more money on Instagram than she was in the UFC. And this is the thing, like, I don't like this at all, that people judge other people based upon their looks. And the thing, look, if you got it, you got it. Valerie is, dude, she has a body. She has the look. She has that sexy Cubano accent where she's sitting there and you just want to listen to it. It gets every guy hyped up. Her booty is big and thick. She's a juicy little snack. Let's be honest. Yeah. And you look at that, and then everybody else doesn't like that about her. But you got to understand, this girl's been martial arts for years prior. She's put the blood, sweat, and tears, and she's learning mixed martial arts. I think I met Valerie Loureda back in 2018. She was at the UFC PI, and she was there visiting with a friend that she knew in Taekwondo, and I met her there, and she was all talking about how she wanted to do, be a fighter. She wanted to be in MMA. She wanted to do all this stuff. And it's right before she made her, her debut, right before she started coming out and doing that. And then the moment she got a little bit of, she got her first win, and the people started seeing her, they're looking at her body. She's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. So she shows that body off. And you know what? You spent your entire life working on that body, and it looks good. Show it off. Yep. Make money. Make people jealous. Because you know what? That knockout that you got, that thing was nasty. Just cracked graft right on the chin. Bloop. And it was over. And yeah, she was excited because she's not just an Instagram model. She's more than that. And she showed that.
She's a fighter.
But she also has Instagram on her side. That's just people that are jealous of other hype,
Yeah, I just want to say kudos to her, and don't let the people are always going to talk crap, so just continue to be you and to be beautiful and to be an inspiration for young girls. You can be pretty and you can fight. You don't have to have a certain look. Just be you. So
you're always gonna have people that are going to hate on you. There's always going to be people that are going to put you down and say something about you, say something negative. But you know what? Who cares? They're not paying your bills. They're not sitting there doing anything for you. Let them let him, because anything negative, anything positive is still going towards you and still bringing eyes towards you. So keep working it. It's the same thing as Sean O'Malley. Let's go into
Oh
this
my God, I
UFC
can't
fight.
wait to talk about that.
Let's go right
Yes.
into it. But Sean O'Malley
Yes.
has
But
over 1 million followers. This guy is that star. This guy is that hype. This guy is everything that everyone keeps talking about, you know, in the future, this, that, and the other. But everyone hates him. There's fighters that hate him because of the hype that he has. Why are you hating on him because of the hype that he has? He just did something. You worked your butt off and you did all this stuff, and he's just more somebody than you were. I get it. But you know what? Let him do his thing. That's him. And
that is his thing. But the thing I don't like about Sean O'Malley, okay, he comes in, he's 12-0 for four in the UFC, right? But he hadn't really fought anybody that was like a big name. And my thing is, he's comparing the reason a lot of people don't like him. I mean, there's a lot of people that like him, a lot of people that don't like him, is because he's way too cocky, way too young in the game. Like, he doesn't have enough experience. Comparing himself to Conor McGregor. Are you serious? I wanted him to get knocked out last night. I did. I hate to say it. I'm glad he lost, you know, and I thought it was so funny because Cody Garbrandt had tweeted something. He said some guys aren't made for this game, or some
guys aren't made for war.
For war. He goes hashtag sugar free. And I thought that was great because it's true. That's one thing O'Malley will never be called. You know, Cody can still call himself a champ. Okay, he held the belt. So you're just too inexperienced, a little too cocky, and you got humbled, you know? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it'll humble him. Look, this is the thing. You know, he came in there and he made the show about him. He made it all about him, which I think it is amazing. You know, he built that hype. Had it not be for him, had it not be for his knockouts, you can't doubt his skill. You can't doubt his technique. And he was a showman. He's sitting there trying to do everything. He compares himself to Conor McGregor. Let him. He sits there and calls out Peter Yan. He sits there and calls out Henry Cejudo. It's part of the game. It's talking about, you know, it's UFC and WWE. Like, you have to hype it up. If you're not hyping, you're not doing what your job is, you know. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people like to be the quiet person. A lot of people like to be the grinder. And I respect that. Sure. There's just different personalities. There's more outside personalities. And, you know, when he went into that fight, I didn't bet on the fight. I sat there and sat back because we don't know O'Malley. We don't know, like, could he go 3 rounds with Vieira, or could he knock him out? It didn't surprise me. And the thing is that, you know, we saw something. We saw the Achilles heel on Sean O'Malley, and that is his legs. It's through kicking or getting kicked. You know, he throws so many kicks to keep his range to set it up that you know, that he ended up damaging a nerve. I don't think that anything happened to him. I think when you get calf kicked, or when you get kicked right behind the kneecap, which if you see, Vieira Chito threw a leg kick, threw a left side leg kick to O'Malley's right leg, and it wrapped around the back of his knee. It was a clean kick. And that right there's a nerve that goes all the way down to your leg, and it shut off his foot, and he kept rolling it over. If you don't understand it, watch Jake Varner versus James Krause. James Krause did the same thing Jamie Varner. The same thing happened to Henry Cejudo when he fought Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse threw a leg kick at Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo had the same thing, even though Henry Cejudo recovered a lot faster than, you know, Sugar Sean. It shows right there that, you know, Chito did exactly what it was. And this is the thing. If it comes back and he doesn't have a broken leg, he's going to have a sprained ankle because he rolled over it. It could be damaging. But if he doesn't have that, then everyone's going to be like, well, what happened? You got the nerve knocked out of your leg, just like the other fighters that I said, and you got exposed too, you know? One thing I didn't like about it was the fact that, you know, everyone's sitting there and now blaming the injury, like, oh, you know, Chito only won because it's not that. Chito had a perfectly placed kick. if you look, Sugar Sean had the same problem back with the Sukotov fight. That
Yeah.
same issue. That
Yep.
same issue, same leg. You know, it's just how it is. You know, he didn't check the kick, he didn't stop the kick, and that's what happened. And the only thing is that Vera Chito capitalized on it, and also that was not an early stoppage at all. That
Yeah.
you
No,
if
no,
you
no. I go ahead.
if you look back at it, he hits O'Malley. O'Malley's head hits the
Yeah.
mat, and you can hear some awkward noises. O'Malley was out, and O'Malley got woken back up, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, yeah, it was great.
I just feel like it was good, but I never want anyone to get hurt. Granted, I'm not saying I'm happy, I never want that, obviously, but I wanted him to get knocked out. I hope, he recovers. But, if you want to compare yourself to Conor McGregor, didn't he tear a meniscus or had an ACL injury? And, you have other guys with more severe injuries continuing these fights. And I'm sorry, it's just not as tough as I thought. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, everyone saw the Achilles heel on there. I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff that it kind of like, look, Macy Barber blew out her leg and walked out of the arena with the help of her cornerman. Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles and walked out of the arena by himself. We have a bunch. Hell, my last fight, I ripped my lat off the bone. I continued fighting, and I walked out of the arena, and I didn't have no help. I didn't even go to the doctors that night. I didn't know I ripped it out. But it's just like, there's a mentality that you fight through it regardless. And, at the end of it, you don't blame your injury. You don't blame it. You can't blame it. You have to admit.
Absolutely.
That's the first thing you have to admit that you had it. But O'Malley got on the stretcher and was hauled off on a stretcher. And I'm sitting there like,
saw that.
They kept showing it on the UFC page and everything. He got hauled out on a stretcher and he's sitting up, and I'm sitting there like, that right there to me shows shows that there's a breaking point in O'Malley. There's a spot in him that you can take him to a certain depth that he's never been to, and you can break him. And it showed a flaw in his heel. It showed an Achilles heel is what I'm going to call it. A lot of fighters are now going to capitalize on it. They just have to take him into deep waters. That is it. Yep. Because he could have easily told him, no, we're going to walk. And we walk out of this arena.
I was so disappointed. I know. And it sounds bad. Like I've ever been in the ring or the octagon or anything but just that comparison, there just is none. And it's just so insulting, like to all fighters, not just McGregor. I mean, anyway.
But this is the thing too, is that I like this. I like that this happened to Sean. Because I think it's going to help him grow. It's going to build him up, because there's still a lot of great matches to have him do and build his hype back and build himself back up. This is what you need. This is going to be the true definition of who Sean O'Malley is how does he bounce back from this? This is his first career loss. It was on the biggest stage of his life.
Yep.
And, he was over here showing too much, dyeing his hair and the Ecuadorian flag, doing all this stuff. It's like, hey, we've had this stuff, and, you're trying to act like, you did it because you want to show love to this. It wasn't that. You did that to try to do stuff,
Yeah, it was disrespect.
You're doing too much. You're forgetting the game yourself. You're making a lot of money on the outside, and you're forgetting the game. You think you're bigger than what you are. But the thing is this is going to show him the first time in his life that a lot of people are going to step away. A lot of people are going to show their true colors. And then he's going to realize who his real friends are, and he's going to realize who the real supporters are. And it's going to change him. So we're going to see what happens to him. Is it going to blow him up, or is it going to, crumble him down? And I really pull that it blows him up. It's like, look, we're going to the next fight. Let's talk about DC and Stipe. DC is that person. DC's lost to John Jones multiple times, but that made him the best DC we've ever seen. That created this legendary status, and it created this legendary trilogy fight that we had in the heavyweight division for last night was Stipe versus DC3. It had not been for those losses, he would not have been created to who he is and how high he bounced up from that.
What an incredible fight, though. I mean, all 5 rounds. Absolutely. I mean, Stipe looked a lot leaner than he has previously. You know, when they said, I think they said he was 236, I was like, gee, like he just, I mean, he looked a lot leaner, and they said that he was probably upping his cardio a bit to, you know, keep up. I mean, Cormier looked good. I just feel that, you know, Cormier wasn't able to wrestle with him. I guess they were saying, and maybe you can touch upon this because obviously you know more than I do about it. Apparently when you got him up against the cage, like his hand placement was different. And so explain that to me a little bit.
DC is what he would do is utilize that overhook, as you saw, and they would grab, Stipe would grab his right hand, which if you watch at the beginning of the very first fight, DC would put the overhook for him to bait you to back up, and then he would throw this right hand, and that's what got the knockout. So he was grabbing it every time he'd grab that, you know, grab the overhook on Stipe. Stipe would grab his right hand, so DC wouldn't have that ability to punch. Now, when he put him against the cage, he was just pinning him up against the cage to straighten him out. And also to not get hit by that. So DC needed to get off the cage and work off the cage. And he was doing a great job by controlling it. When you're on the cage, you don't really, it's hard to get out from the underhook or the overhook side, which the overhook means that Stipe had the underhook here. And he was controlling that body. And he also had the right wrist locked down. So it made it harder for DC to get off, and it made it harder for DC to move out without his punch. So as you saw again, and there's a lot of times in the fight where DC would wrap his arm over, and Stipe would have it, and he would crack him with the right hand, left hand, and he would land some heavy shots. But they were prepared for it. They saw that this is what he's going to do. This is how he's going to do it. And if we just avoid that, if we, you know, close the distance, it was a great game plan. You know, he put DC against the cage, which DC didn't want to go against the cage. What do you do with a wrestler? You either take them down or you put them on put their back against the wall. And it's harder for them to, you know, to do what they want to do. And it was such a great fight. So many, you know, great opportunities that were taken advantage of by Stipe. So many great opportunities by DC. They were going back and forth. You know, I had it 2-2 going into the 5th, and then
me too. I said the 5th round is going to determine. But then the eye poke, right? If he would not have had that injury, because he couldn't see out of that right eye, I was afraid he was going to end up getting caught because of it. Do you think if he could have saw out of that eye that he would have won? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. This is the thing, man. Like, that eye poke was nasty. It was knuckle deep. It definitely had a huge effect. But like Dana said in the post-fight press conference, that eye was already messed up prior to that eye poke. And we can sit here and play, you know, Monday morning quarterback on this stuff and say what ifs. But the thing that happened is DC got eye poked, wasn't called, and he fought through it.
He did. He was pissed, though. I mean, you could see it because the ref was like, no, you know, during, and then he did apologize after, but, you know, he said, no, you didn't. He's like, I got my eye poked, you know, or whatever. And he's like, no, buddy, you know, you got punched. And I was like, what? Like, just that pissed me off because he didn't see it, but then he did apologize after.
Well, I didn't see it when I was watching. I didn't know. And then when he said it was the punch, I was like, okay. And then we saw the video, and I was like, oh man. And that sucks. But that's part of live fights. This isn't, what do you do on the instant replay? Give them an extra minute to cover it up.
Yeah.
You know, and he also said verbally that I can't see out of my eye. you know,
Right.
I'm surprised. Why didn't the doctor come in? But whoa. Like,
No, he wouldn't. I don't think he would have let him stop it. I think he was
yeah,
gonna go. Unlike Sean O'Malley. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That was a dig. I mean, the guy, I don't know him personally, but he's Cormier's made for war. Like, he is one of the best heavyweights. I just love him. Like, I'm
he's
a
one of the
fan.
best fighters out there. I mean, he's solved the problem to many different, solved the problem to many different fighters, and he's done good. He's beat Stipe. He beat Stipe for the belt. He beat Derek Lewis on the in the 3 weeks notice. Beat him to solidify his heavyweight title, and he ran the. It was him and John Jones. When John Jones was there as DC, and DC ran through everyone. We're talking about Anthony Johnson, the hardest hitting person at the time, spun DC around. DC came back and won. He beat him twice. He beat Volkanovski. The only person I wish to see DC had fought was Ryan Bader at the time, but that's one fight we'll never have. And it's like the legacy, the path that he's paved, what he's done for the sport, how he does and handles himself outside of the octagon is amazing. And it
Class
was
act.
it would have been a Cinderella story had he won. It would have been the greatest story ever told. But that's the best part about fighting, is because not everything is going to be great. Not everything's going to be this fantastic story. And that's why I like it, because it's real. It's authentic. It's 100%. Not the hero doesn't win every night.
Yes. But he'll still go down as, in Hall of Fame, and is one of the greatest fighters. And I don't know, I think he's just a role model, a class act. He's just definitely someone for young aspiring and people currently in MMA to look up to. And
it's amazing. This
I
part,
can't see enough of it.
I'm passionate about it. It's like now Stipe gets a time to shine, because now they didn't allow Stipe to shine because DC was there.
Yeah.
And now he gets to shine.
The legacy is carried on, which is awesome. I met DC one time, and he was so sweet, and he was kind enough, I'm fanning out a little bit, to give one of the octagon cards, the little, round 3, whatever, to my little one, and sign. It was just so sweet. So I just thought that was nice, because, he had a lot to do that day, but it was really nice. So hats off to you, DC. Wish you, and you have a baby girl coming soon. So we hope, a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and you enjoy some much needed, I'm sure, family time. So I loved watching it. So thank you. What else, Julian? What else do we have to talk about?
Well,
I like that shirt you're wearing, by the way. Nice.
This is boobs or a booty? Are these sunglasses?
It's whatever you want. It's whatever your lust is. Tune in Tokyo.
Actually, what I wanted to do before we get into the funny parts of this, the UFC, it's been out for 2 years. I fight in 2 weeks on August 29th, and I never get anything from the UFC. And during the time, like, I always done work with them. I always put my time in with them. I've sit there and helped out on a lot of different things for the UFC. And I got to know a lot of people. And I did some stuff with Twitch on the UFC, and I did things with EA. And in the mail this week, I ended up getting the coolest thing ever. I ended up getting this right here. This is the EA UFC 4 game, but I haven't opened it up. So I want to do the little bit of unboxing here, and I want to talk about it.
The reveal.
Like, I don't get cool shit. You know what I mean? I don't.
Well, we need to, my fans, your fans, you guys need to start sending him stuff, okay? He's going to have a wish list. I'm going to make sure he won't do that. But anyway, this looks awesome.
I don't want to ruin it. All right, let's see it.
It's such a pretty box too.
This thing is
I like
it's heavy duty. It's
heavy.
heavy duty box. It's purple. It has a UFC 4 video game logo on it. A bunch of X's and O's. It's thick. It's definitely sturdy. So anyways, we're gonna open it up, and as we open it up, we have ourselves 2 UFC games, a note, and some shirts. So let's see what this note says.
Awesome.
The note says, in celebration of the launch of EA Sports UFC 4, please enjoy a copy of the game for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And the Reebok EA Sports UFC walkout jerseys as featured in the new video game. These are the same ones that were in the fights last night. These are the same walkout jerseys that they were showing. So we got an Xbox version. We got a PlayStation version. Oh, this thing comes out. All right, so let's check out these shirts. I saw something cool on the shirts last night when John Anik was showing it. It said it's the closest he'll get to his workout jersey. So I wonder if on the back of this shirt has my name. If it does, that would be super sick. And it does not.
Damn it.
The back of my shirt just has whatever this is. It's just a multicolor, sweet little line where my name could have been. But yeah, these are pretty dope. It's XL. It's a little bit big, but it's awesome. I got 2 shirts, 2 walkout shirts, 2 UFC 4 games, and on the cover it has Jorge Masvidal and Israel Adesanya. And I mean, this is dope. These are dope as hell.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little jelly. I don't usually get jealous, but I like presents too, and that would be like a fun present for a rainy day, or like when someone has COVID or something, like, you know. But
the old peanut butter and jealous. I see it.
Jealous. I never heard that, but I'm so happy you got a present.
I think it's awesome. And you know, the thing is, I guess I have to start playing the game because I don't really play. I'm just so busy trying to build everything up and do things that I'm going to start playing. I'm going to have to download it. I think sooner or later, you and I are going to start challenging each other back and forth on this game. Maybe I might send you the PS4 versions since I don't have a PS4.
Yeah, whatever. I'm happy. I have a PS4 and an Xbox, but
somebody's cool.
Well, somebody, got 2 different, one in the basement and one upstairs, and they're usually going crazy on it, but it's been kind of chill lately, so that's good. But that's awesome. Yeah, I did see that advertised last night. I was like, ooh, that's awesome. Exciting.
Oh yeah.
So all right, so now we are going to move on to your 1-minute fight hype. Are you ready?
Let's get this fight hype. Let's get the timer up. All right. So this week on ESPN Plus, we have Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. Last Tuesday, 5 contracts were awarded out. So this week might be a little bit different and may not get any. It may get all 5. We don't know, but it's always a surprise. The fights last week were intense. They were powerful in the week prior as well. So Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series this Tuesday. We also, next Saturday, UFC Fight Night, Munoz versus Egger. Pedro Munoz is moving up and trying to take on the well-established Frankie Edgar. I'm super excited for this fight that's coming up. So tune in on Saturday, as well as boxing August 22nd, Saturday as well. Sean Porter is taking out Sebastian Formella. That is this week's big fights, and you don't want to miss it. ESPN Plus, everybody, or ESPN.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Can't wait. This is what's keeping us all going, I think, during all of this. As we said before, NBA's back, NHL's back, UFC. What?
NBA playoffs start tomorrow. I just realized that.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. It just doesn't even seem real because of everything that's been going on, right? Like, I feel like it creeped up and we weren't really following.
Oh, but, man, Yeah, I just jumped in and I'm looking at the ratings, I'm looking at the rankings, and last night was like the biggest upset. Portland Trail Blazers knocked out the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies were the 8th seed. And then the NBA is like, hey, we're gonna do this like filler game to see if you
Mhm.
go in. And then they moved the Grizzlies to the 9th seed. So the Portland was on a 3-fight win streak, 3-game win streak. Lillard's been on fire. Last night they played the Grizzlies and they eliminated the Grizzlies. And now Portland's into the 8th seed. Portland's into the playoffs. And dude, it's insane. I don't even know what's going on with the NBA right now, but just watching all the stuff that's happening with the Phoenix Suns just being undefeated inside the bubble. It's intense. So I'm pumped. It's keeping me going.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah, I did see LeBron tweeted last night because Stipe's from Ohio. He was like, yeah, Stipe. I don't know what he said. He said something about, Stipe, whatever. He was basically in his corner. But I'm like, man, you just can't. I mean, I'm just a DC fan. So I was like, what? You can't. But Stipe's cool too. So,
speaking of sports, I just want to go on to this one real quick.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that Seattle Seahawks NFL player that was kicked off the team for bringing some booty in, smuggling in a girl inside the bubble?
How do you get kicked off the team?
He dressed her up in
like a dude?
No, they dressed her up in Seahawks gear, everything, smuggled her in. He got the booty, and then the next day they're like, "You're out, you're done." They cut him off the team.
That's harsh. Don't you
kid,
think like a suspension?
21-year-old kid, fired. You're done for you getting some booty.
I feel like that's a harsh penalty. What do you think? Like, come on.
Absolutely. You have to sit there and think like, look, you're going to be in a bubble for 5 months. You can't go out. You have over, 70 people on your roster that are training. I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
I'm going to look it up because I'm with him. I'd be sneaking some booty in too.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Just COVID test yourself. I want to see your test. Okay.
You're going to tell me Tom Brady ain't going to have his wife come into the Tampa Bay tent. You're going to tell me that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, come on, man. Like, you can't. Oh my God! I want to see.
Here he is, Seahawks player cut. Tom Pelissero.
Yeah, there you go.
Reported Thursday Seattle cut. An undrafted free agent. He was caught on video trying to sneak a female visitor into the team.
Trying to get the booty.
You know what? You go on with your horny self. I love it. You got it. We'll talk about that. I was like, I have a question, but we'll talk about that. But anyway.
Let's bring it up. Bring the question up. Let's bring this. Let's move on to the next topic. I just want to throw that.
We're kind of skipping over the hotties of the week. And,
let's go hotties of the week.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
Let's rip into your hotties of the week. Let's start with those 3.
So my hotties are.
You sent them to me.
Yeah, you have the pictures. Okay.
Let's go.
Of course, I need to highlight, and I'm going to be looking at these girls at the same time because it just makes me happy. So, Yasmin Anders or period Anders.
Yeah, everyone here.
Please. Well, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. I asked.
You don't need to say it. If you go to Yasmin and stuff, you can see Eric on it. I can't talk about this.
Well, you just don't comment. You smile and nod because
Eric's gonna shoot me.
No, he won't. He knows I'm the one that just adores her. And you look at her in a different way as a friend. But I look at her and, as a friend, but like a friend that I'd like to, do some things with. So yeah, she is Yasmin Anders. She is not only incredibly stunning, she is also a language teacher. So she speaks, I think, 4 or 5 languages. She is an entrepreneur. So she has many different businesses. She's always investing and, she's very innovative, very creative, I don't know. She gives me like a sense of calm. Like when I text her, like she has a great personality. However, she's just so free-spirited. And I love that about her. She's Brazilian. So I just I adore her, not only physically but mentally. Maybe she's my lady crush, and I just feel like everyone should follow her. She's does
Absolutely.
fitness. She has fitness regimens, and she's a badass, on all levels. A mom too, but
Yeah,
just
I
sexy.
stayed with Eric in his last camp, and Yasmin was there, and
Really,
she's a baddie for
just
sure.
I want that.
She's a competitor,
Yeah,
a fitness competitor, and she's all about nutrition. She's a businesswoman.
yeah.
She keeps Eric in line. Let's put it like this: Eric's a big old boy. Eric does his own thing, and it's very hard to
Country
keep
boy
him in
from
line.
Alabama.
But she's, yeah, a little Alabama boy, but
Sexy.
she's got she's got his nutrition down. She helps him make weight. She's got everything there. She has the business mind. She's the perfect woman when it comes to
She
a
is.
family woman, as a sports, as an athlete. That is the woman that you want in
Yes.
your corner, and she's
Yeah.
phenomenal. She's phenomenal. She's gorgeous. She's very, like,
Yeah.
very fun to talk to. She's very calm. She's very cool. She's collective. But when my girl gets mad, you don't want to be there.
Okay.
But
All
if
right. Take
you
notes.
but if you look at her, she's dangerous. When you look at her pictures and you see some of these fitness pictures she puts on, she has the perfect body. She has
She,
every body that every girl wishes they had.
I just love her. I think she's great. She's awesome. So she's an inspiration. She's motivating for so many. So
Eric, don't kill me
no,
if you're listening.
all love. Yeah. Yasmin dot Anders. All right. So that's my first hottie. Do you want me to do all mine first?
Yeah,
Or
do
you
all
do?
yours first. We'll go into it.
Okay. All right. So my next hottie is Catalina Hager. If you guys do not know her, she is Jack Hager's wife. And just want to let all you wrestling fans know, though, Jack is in AEW. And, I already gave Cody Rhodes a heads up that I might be making an appearance. Okay. I might go through the barricade and get into the ring. I'm not going to tell you who, but Jericho, just that's all I have to say about that. Back to Catalina. That was just for some of the wrestling fans out there. She is also an entrepreneur, also into fitness, a mom. She keeps it real. She gave me a challenge. I was just like, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this challenge during the beginning of the pandemic? She was like, okay, this many sit-ups, with a weight. I'm like, oh my God, I actually did them. But she's just awesome. She's smart. She's kind. She's just, I just
Everything
love
you
her.
want.
I love her business sense. I love her, she has it's called a cattle ball, and she sent me one. So, I'm swinging my pink 12-pound ball around, and
I
it's
see it in her
pretty.
videos.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
she's just,
what makes her super gorgeous, and I like how you put her on here, is that she's not like that person that you look at and you're like, you know, 200 million followers because, oh, that's why. When you look at her, she's like the girl next door.
oh,
She's very beautiful. She looks like she doesn't have to wear makeup to shine.
yes,
She has
yes.
a fit body, but it's not. You could tell she enjoys her life. Oh, there's no way we're gonna see it. I'll put the photos
Yeah.
up on here. But she's perfect
She's
all
real.
around. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
real.
just real. But
Do you think those boobies are real though?
doesn't matter. They're hers.
They're hers?
Um, if they're on her body, they're hers. So we are not nitpicking that shit apart.
I'm
They're
not
all,
nitpicking.
I will
I
be.
love
Oh, I
fake
know.
boobs.
Oh, I
I
know. You're
love
not
fake
that picky. You're just questioning. Just don't question the fact that I
boobs.
was
That's what I
just
want to
going to
do.
say that. I was going to motor. I swear to God. I was like, well, don't question the fact that I will be motorboating those. Beautiful.
And she's a tiny little
Um,
thing. Oh yeah.
She is. She's like definitely tiny. She's athletic. She's fun. You can see that She's not afraid to be silly, serious. Like,
I like
she's
it.
all, I like it too. I
And
like her.
who is your next pick?
All right. So my third hottie, Instagram hottie of the week. Now this lady, oh gosh, here we go. Her nickname is the Pineapple Princess. Do you know who she is?
Bellator champ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eliminator. So on Instagram, it's ILIMANATOR. I don't know how to say her first name correctly. It's terrible. Alima Le McFarlane.
Yeah, Lima Farmerlin.
I'm making sure I'm saying it
Yeah.
correctly. She is a native of, I believe, Hawaii. She is a Bellator champion. She commentates also for Bellator. She's a smart businesswoman. She's just super kind, super talented.
Yeah, she's all around everything. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I love Hawaiian women, dude. They I don't know if it's the tattoos. I don't know if it's just the way they carry themselves, the way they talk, and how she talks is just, oh man. And she's a savage when she gets into the octagon, but when she dresses up, she's very gorgeous.
Her. I like her natural. I feel like she has natural beauty to her. She can be fierce, as you can see. But I feel like I was really digging deep into her her Instagram, and I feel like there's she wears so many hats, and she can pull off. It looks like just like any look. I especially like. I think they call her the Pineapple Princess. Maybe not. I don't know where she got that nickname, but I'm thinking it's about that derriere, like her butt.
I think it probably is because she's from Hawaii.
I know, but okay. Let me just go with my dirty self. Okay?
All right, I like that.
I do like it. I like that booty, but there's this sex. Yeah, I like a woman too. So I mean, I like my college girls, but then I like a woman, and she is definitely a woman. Curvy, sexy. Beautiful.
She's on it. You definitely got to check out her on Instagram. We'll put the links in the bio.
Feature. It's just sultry.
You got to show me that. Your screen's too bright. I don't think we can see your camera in the through the camera.
I know. Well, I'm hoping.
But I like how you're trying to do that. I like it. I like her. I think she's all around gorgeous, and she's natural. She doesn't sit there. Thing is like, don't get me wrong. I love when a girl does her makeup, but I love it even more when she just lets it flow. She doesn't have to put on makeup. She's open and she's cool to post a photo like that. That's one thing that she has.
Love it.
And she does it really well. So on here, we're gonna go into my 3.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to. I don't even know who you're gonna surprise me with.
I sent them to you on Instagram. So the first one we have, we're just gonna call her RC. All right, super gorgeous girl. I don't know what it is. I love women with curly hair. She has curly brown hair. She has bright eyes. But the thing is that she's into fitness. She's into, helping people, motivating people, getting people better, getting people more into themselves. And she's an entrepreneur. She has her own business where she's a consultant, a philanthropist.
Nice.
She does everything. And when you look at her, it's another thing where she's funny. She is herself, but when she dresses up, she's lightning. You could see on these photos that she's got some junk in her trunk, but she's fit and she's about it. She's about spreading positivity, about helping people out.
RC Official, that's her Instagram, correct?
Yeah, RC Official. I didn't even think about saying that. But yeah, she's just absolutely gorgeous.
I think so.
And it's natural beauty. Like, I got that. But this girl's from Kansas City, so I decided to pick one from my home state. As well as we have the next one that I have from home state. I don't know this girl at all, but she's from Kansas City. It's Devin Statler, Statler. Huh?
Okay.
But
Statler.
it's
Got her.
Devanstatler. And this girl is, I've never met her in my life, but she is thick.
How do you spell her first name?
Devan.
Got it. Devon. Okay, Statler. Got it.
Is it Devon?
Okay.
Did I say
I think
Devon?
they're, yeah, either
Could be.
way.
I don't know her name. Either way,
Ooh.
she's thick. She looks into fitness.
Yes.
She's got a body. Her skin looks super soft just by looking at the picture.
Yes.
Her eyes are very like that look. She has that look when she looks at the camera. You're sitting there drawn in. She's showing off everything, and nothing beats this. She's just a tiny little girl. I have a thing for tiny girls. I don't know why.
Yes, for tiny women with a little curve. Yes.
With a little curve. But that own it. You know what I mean? That own it. And she owns it. She sits there and she draws you in with each picture. Every time you look, you're just like, like you feel like she's looking at you. She feels like she's dragging you in. And so Kansas City love right there. I'm giving it to you.
I think it's awesome. Yeah, she's definitely into fitness.
Yeah,
I like it.
Thick. That backside is thick.
Yes.
That's one of those buns that you want to pull right out of the oven and stick your face right in and just, create some butter.
Right. Okay. I like her. Definitely. You know what I forgot to do? We're hotties for guys.
That's all right. We'll get guys next week.
We'll do those next week.
So I have another one. Oh, I have two more. Should I do two more or pick one of them?
Just pick one and we'll do one. We can, it doesn't matter. We'll do one. We'll do one next week. Yeah.
I'll put this one up for next week. This one is a girl, I think from Florida. Her name is Zoe Volve, Volve. Her name is ZoeyVolve on Instagram.
Got it.
This girl has a lot of followers, but she's a fitness girl, and she is blonde hair.
Got it.
Put together all around. Amazing body, amazing legs. She's owning every photo when she stares to it.
Owning every photo.
I love it. I love that.
X just, stopped in to grace us with his presence.
Professor X is looking at this photo, wishing it was a scratch and sniff. That's what he's saying.
He is a sniffing
hey, Zoe.
Like he loves his sniffages.
Yo, he's trying to get Zoe out to Michigan and get him out there to go to a hotel and sit there, and she wants her boat filled. She wants her boat filled with some terrible pineapple New Amsterdam. That's what she wants. But yeah, this girl she has her own little YouTube video going on there. Absolutely just put together. Amazing body. I don't want to go in and sound super crazy. You can go and talk about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, she's definitely, I like it. Looks like she gets a little creative with her hair, which I think is fun. She changes her look. She's definitely confident. Beautiful.
Let's say I'm sliding into these DMs without a doubt. I don't even know who this girl is, but I'm sliding in.
Like a slip and slide.
Like a slip and slide. I'm trying to go in there and make this Zoe my future ex-wife. That's what I'm going for.
Future ex-wife.
Yeah. I'm trying to ruin her career. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it. But either way, those are our lineups.
We were not as enthusiastic as we should have been.
I think it's great.
Because it's hard to be enthusiastic because I'm sitting there looking at the pictures like.
Yeah. So we have Zoe Volve, Devon Statler. We have RC Official. We have Limador. We have Yasmin.Anders and Catalina N. A. Hager.
Yes.
That's good.
Absolutely.
All right.
Of the week. All right. So now we go to the fan question.
Oh, we're doing fan questions.
Wow.
Let's get this.
What happened there?
Oh, I thought we were playing a game. I thought we were playing our game, but we'll do it after the fan questions. Let's rock this.
All right, let's do it. We don't have to do fan questions this week, but I like to do a couple.
We'll do a couple. We'll kill it out.
I feel like some of these, I'm going to ask you questions this week.
Let's go.
Julian.
I also have to pee so bad. So.
Okay. All right. We're going to do it really fast.
No, we don't have to do it fast, but I just wanted to share that with our listeners that I'm at that point.
Oh my God. Okay. Do MMA fighters keep away from sex, or, don't do sex during fight camp before a big fight?
That's a good question. All right. So check this out. This is the thing. During this camp, I have been having fun at the beginning of the camp. And during that fun time, I started, kind of having off days, and things weren't going well, especially with the weight cut, especially with everything towards the beginning of camp, 13 weeks. And then I was like, you know what, let me hold on to this, because I do that a lot. Sometimes I have to go like a month and a half without doing that. And I accomplished so much during that time with just that built up testosterone, that built up and using that sexual frustration, you use it to put it towards whatever it is, writing a paper, doing business, and you have that same drive. Like you want it. That same time, like when you want some, some bedtime with another, beautiful female, and you're trying to get in there, like that want where you're sliding in and trying to hit everybody up and get somebody there, you want that. So I use that, and it's on the whole month of August is what I'm doing. But I use that frustration. I use that built up like testosterone, that built up anger, and that built up just everything. And I put it towards my camp. I put it towards my training, and as well in the fight. I get that. I'm not trying to lose any of it. And I tell you what, once you focus on
full
that,
load.
when you focus on that, and you don't focus on trying to get some, it's so much, you're just hyper focused. And so the answer is yes, and no, depending who you are.
Got it. So does that mean you don't jerk off either? I'm just curious.
Oh no, I haven't.
No.
Yeah,
wow. You are coming in fully loaded.
I'm here. For war. I'm lock, stock, and ready to rock. Let's just say I'm going to make a video, never post it, but I'm definitely the first person that gets it. I'm definitely giving them a pearl necklace.
That maximum load.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So that was one fan question. That was by Abdu Diallo 1 on Instagram. And then other question for you, and then we'll move on to our game.
Let's go.
So does MMA make you better at having sex?
I think any type of fitness will make you better at having intercourse. And the thing is that a lot of people don't really know what they're doing. But with MMA, you have jiu-jitsu, where it teaches you how to use your body and move your body and move into positions, and also feel your partner's weight shift, body weight, and movement, to where you know how to glide across somebody. Open up stuff, and you also don't get tired. You're utilizing your hips and a lot of things. That's why wrestlers use their hips, and they can go. And the thing is that if you work out, sometimes when you have them on top and you're playing the game and you're lifting up, you're doing curls and you're helping them give it a break, and then they go giving you a break, and then you're just repping out some workouts. The same thing is when you're on top and you're going. A lot of guys will get tired with that thrust because they're not used to it, and then they get tired. They're just
God, that's the worst. They want to lay on you and shit. Like, get off me. Just stop.
It's like
it's the worst shit ever. Just don't lay on me. Just get your ass up, prop yourself up, or just let me do the work. That's the worst, guys. So work on your cardio. Sorry, I had a flashback.
No, you're good. I've been there. Don't get me wrong. I've been there. Sometimes I go over the top, and I'll lay down and then do my thing, but I'm still going. Like, it's not taking a break. It's just going in deeper. And then I'll jump up and we'll have a lot of fun. But the thing is, it's about, nonstop. Like I don't know about you, but when I'm done, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Like I'm doing track and field. I'm out here running some shit.
Hell
I
yeah.
want to say track and field, but I'm out here. I'm
It
definitely.
is. It's a marathon with some motherfuckers. Sorry.
We're
It's a
not worried
marathon.
about our makeup.
Right? Exactly. Not at that point. Okay, so those are the fan questions. And that one was from Alexander Ethan 90 from Instagram. So thank you guys so much for those questions. I love to know what we love to know what you guys are thinking and what you're curious about. All right, we're gonna end whoa, fan questions. Yeah. Okay, so we are gonna do our fuck, marry, kill game.
Let's go.
All right.
You've been talking about this the whole time. You're like, let's play this game and let's just do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I got some stuff for you.
You do? Okay, I'm ready. Bring it. Bring
You ready?
it.
All right.
Bring it.
Marry, fuck, kill. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or Rosie O'Donnell. Let's go.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I actually have to write this down. Okay. Who am I? No, I don't. Who am I going to? Ooh, these are terrible. Oh, God. This is awful. This isn't even right.
This is exactly why.
Who am I marrying? Could I marry Trump and like not kill him? I could marry him and then kill him later now. Okay. Trump's pretty powerful son of a bitch. We're going to marry him. It'd be cool to cruise the world. We'll marry Trump. We will, God. I know. Biden is really creepy. But I don't want to fuck Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, you said Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah.
I'll have to fuck her and kill Biden. I can't. I know it's terrible, but they're all horrible. So yeah, that's my choice. Final answer.
Yeah. And I would like for you guys to comment below and let us know who you would marry, fuck, kill on that one. And throughout the whole game, you got Trump, Biden, or Rosie O'Donnell. And our next one up, do you want me to go again or do you want to take this one out?
I'm going to give this one to you.
All right, let's go.
All right. So I'm going to I chose a few fighters this time. I know. Whatever.
Let's go.
Okay. Ronda Rousey. These aren't all terrible either. Mine were all terrible. Holly Holm. Miesha Tate.
Oh, all day. I am totally marrying Ronda Rousey. I don't care. I like Ronda Rousey. I think her lifestyle is awesome, what she has now, and she's definitely going to be the breadwinner. Miesha Tate, I'm totally all over that. Once I saw her nudes released and I saw that body, I love that. So I'm definitely doing that. And Holly Holm, I'm sorry, you are the weakest link.
Killing you.
Goodbye. That's not hard. All right.
That's awesome.
Round
Okay.
two.
Round two.
All right. We have Kenzie Reeves, Idris Elba, Mila Kunis.
Okay, read the second name.
Idris Elba.
How come I don't know who? Because I'm a dork, probably.
He played in Dark Tower. He was in Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and Furious 6. He's the evil guy in there.
Oh, okay. Yep, got it. Okay. Kenzie Reeves, Idris Elba, and who was the last one?
Mila Kunis.
Man, this sounds terrible.
It's all right. It's just a game.
I'm killing you, Idris. Bye. See you later. I will, this sounds so shallow. I'll probably marry, God, who do I want? I'm going to fuck Kenzie Reeves. I will either way, game or not. It's going to happen. And then Mia, you said the last one is who? Mia Kunis?
Yeah, Mila Kunis.
I'm going to definitely marry her because, I want to hear, about Ashton Kutcher. No, I'm kidding. I want to travel with her and, of course she's going to be the breadwinner and she seems like she's got a wild side to her. So I think she would be good for the long term.
I'm with it. She's a tiny girl and dark, I like dark women. I love it.
Yes, right? Okay. This is, I almost put this on mine. Okay, so here are your final three. Riley Reid, Mia Malkova, Asa Akira.
Damn, all three porn stars?
Yeah. I mean, this is a win-win.
Yeah.
I got to get better at this for you.
I love Riley Reid all day, so I'm gonna marry her.
Mary.
All right.
I'm writing this down like it matters.
Yeah, and then it was Mila, and then who else?
Mia Malkova.
Mia
and
Malkova.
Asa.
Which one's Mia Malkova?
She's the blonde. You can look her up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say here, Mia Malkova. Let's see, Mia, and she. I spelled it incorrect. Yeah, definitely. That's a tough one actually. Between Mia's just she's thick. She's got that covered. She definitely looks like she'll teach me 3 things in 2.
Right?
And the last one was
Asa Akira.
I would Asa Akira, she
A little Asian for you.
I think I'll fuck Asa Akira, and then I'm gonna
Kill Mia?
Yeah, it's one. I have a personal relationship with
You wish.
Riley Reid. She's been in a lot of my videos.
Got it.
She's mine.
She's okay.
Regardless of what she does,
she's yours.
She's mine. And you know, and I don't know why. Ever since I moved to Vegas, I love Asians.
Okay, so all right. So I guess poor Mia, nicest one of the bunch.
I know, and you know.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't like this
really
game.
Nice. They're all very nice. I know Mia, and she's very sweet. One of the friends.
I mean, you can definitely send this to Mia, and if she decides to rebuttal against my kill, then I will definitely have a conversation with her.
Oh, I'm sure you would. But anyway, they're all great. They're all beautiful and sexy. It would be hard for me to make that decision. I really shouldn't have put that on you, but it was fun. So I don't know.
You got one. I got one more. I got one
all
more
right.
for you.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right.
Damn it. I got mine are all. Okay.
All right. I got the same thing. All right. Marry, fuck, kill. We have Emma Stone, Rashida Jones, Charlie Hunnam.
Emma Stone. Who's the next one?
Rashida Jones.
I feel like I know.
She was in Parks and Rec. She was in the movie Tag.
I know who she is. Yes,
okay.
yes. Okay.
And then Charlie Hunnam. He's in The Gentleman. He's in
Charlie, give me the last one. I'm so bad.
Charlie Hunnam. Hunnam.
Got it. All right.
It's
Okay, let me see Rashida Jones. I know that I'm terrible. I should know these people.
It's okay. This is how the game's played. You know, Rashida Jones.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
She's cute. I mean, she's all right. Okay, maybe. I am gonna say. I always feel bad. I always kill the guy. Emma Stone. Oh no. She's cute too.
Well, I'm not sitting here. I gave you one very, very foul one, and I will own up to that. The very first, contestants.
Yes.
But I'm having fun. These are people that I think that are very interesting and very a lot of people would know.
All right, I'm gonna fuck that guy. Charlie Hunnam. I know, because he's cute.
That's great.
Yeah.
So who you marrying and
Charlie.
who you killing? You got Emma and Rashida. Who you got?
I like him. Yeah, in the UK. Yeah. Let's take it for a ride.
Boo-doo-doo,
Okay, so I am
boo-doo.
going to, I think I'll marry Rashida and I have to kill Emma. Sorry.
Later, Emma. You got stoned.
Sorry. I know, yes, right? It's bad. I love it though. Man, some of these are hard
They're fun.
for
I
me.
mean, yeah, they're really hard because I wouldn't ever kill any of the people that you gave me. I would marry probably 1% of what you said and literally fuck every single one of them.
I love
Let's
it.
be
Yeah.
real.
I get it for sure. I gave you some really good ones. I'm kind
Hey,
of,
give me some.
next week it's on. Next week it's on.
Let's play ball.
And I forgot our bet. Like you still have to do the
Get
little
the hell out of here. I'm
I'm
not
waiting for
walking.
that.
I'm about to
Okay.
no. I mean the bet was push-ups. Now I'm not walking down the strip in a dead
It's
under.
happening.
Maybe if Riley Reed slides in and we hang out, I will walk the strip and some of those. That's mine. I will be on her OnlyFans. I don't give a shit. I'm all in.
I love it.
I'll wear a mask.
I love it.
If you guys see us.
All in. I love it. Yes,
but
you are.
I'm not showing everybody this sexy body in a man thong. Come on. Or a bikini bottom.
No.
Come on. They don't deserve that.
Not yet.
They don't deserve
Everyone
me.
has a price. Everyone has a price. All right. So I think that's about it for this week.
Let's wrap it up. We got next week coming at you. I mean, like we said, we got the fights that are coming up this week, and we have a lot of fun stuff. And we got some new Instagram models coming out next week as well. You guys keep asking us questions, relationship advice, things that you want to know. Even if it's stuff we won't use your name, just make sure you say not to use my name. If you want to ask some personal questions, we'll answer it. We'll go in deep. We'll explain what you should do or think what you should do. And sometimes just ask and don't even take our advice. It's still good.
It is because we come with experience. Okay. A lot of it. All right, guys. Thank you.